Hello everyone and welcome back to more Marvel Champions. Yep, we're doing more card games because, as I said in the last video where we tried out Groot, I also wanted to try out Rocket to see which deck, pre-constructed deck, I prefer for when we tackle the Galaxy's Most Wanted expansion, which is a full scenario of multiple missions like the Rise of the Red Skull. So I'm putting Rocket against Ultron, just felt like going against Ultron. We'll quickly go over Ultron just to remind you of how he works, and then we'll take a look at Rocket Raccoon. So Ultron starts with 12 health. If he attacks you, you have to choose to put one threat in the main scheme or turn one of your cards into a drone. He also has other methods of stealing your cards and turning them into drones. You have to put the Ultron drone's environment into play. That's just to remind you of their stats. They have scheme of 1, attack of 1, 1 health point, but there is a, I think it's a side scheme that improves them and makes them 2-2-2, which is, or 2-2, which is scary. Crimson Cowl is part 1 of his 3-part plan to blow up the world, and we have to put the environment into play, shuffle the encounter deck, done that. I've also included the recommended side encounter set, which is under attack, and then we proceed to 1B, which only needs 3 to move on. He is a quick one. Starts with 0 on it though, and when revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck into play, engaged with them as a face down drone. So we're just going to do that now, and that's it all set up. So Rocket has 9 health. He's a 2-1-1, so he's good at thwarting, but to get good attacking, good defense, he has got to equip a bunch of weapons. He's kind of like Agent Venom in that regard. He has a bunch of equipment because that's his thing, tinkering with equipment. Hand side of 5 on his hero side, and if he does excess damage to take out an enemy, you can draw a card. On his alter ego side, he's only got a recovery of 3, which isn't great, but you can discard a tech upgrade you control to draw 2 cards once per round. So he's got good hand draw. I presume he has like extra holsters and stuff. Again, very similar to the Agent Venom deck, which came after his deck, to be fair, but I played that one first. So he's got a hand size of 6 on this side. We'll get that drawn, do mulligan, etc. after his quick word from my channel sponsor. This video is sponsored by Noble Knight Games. Check out the video description below for an affiliate link that will take you through to their store, and it will help me out as well. Thanks. Alright, shuffling it up, I've taken a cursory look at his deck, much like I did with Groot. He uses Aggression aspect, but in terms of like looking at what you're supposed to do with it, nope, just going to feel it out by doing it live. So, 6 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll just play it by ear for what looks like we should keep. A battery pack, 2 charge counters on it, that lets us use tech upgrades more often. It's one of his cards. Looking for trouble, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you... Okay, so that lets you remove threat from the main scheme. Definitely going to be mulliganing that. Reload, we would need tech to actually be able to do that. Into the fray. Another looking for trouble and energy. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of that. Deal 6 damage to a minion. Yeah, we don't need that. So we're drawing 3 more, and this is going to be our starting hand. I've got a plan. Okay, so that's if you make a basic thwart. The last looking for trouble, I swear I did shuffle this. And then finally, a Relentless Assault. I'm familiar with this card. It has Rocket on it, but it's not specific to him. So we can do some damage with that. But we didn't get any of his weaponry, so that's a bit of a bad sign. So let's get started. And we're immediately going to be using Relentless Assault, paying for it with at least 1 aggression card. I'm going to get rid of the reload. As I just said, we don't have any of his guns, so we don't need the reload card, unfortunately. So, 2 cards there to cover the cost of Relentless Assault. Because I paid for it using at least 1 aggression, it's 5 damage with overkill, and that's what we need, because that means I kill the drone. It has 1 health, and also it was a... oh, there's a bit of equipment, oh well, with 1 damage, and the 4 goes over to Ultron and actually puts him down to 8 from the 12 he started with, so that's actually not bad. That is a good card. That leaves us with a choice. I've got a plan and battery pack. We don't need to worry about threat because there's none on there. Oh yeah, also I'm obviously flipping up to hero. I'm going to get rid of I've got a plan to equip battery pack. So enters play with 2 charge counters. I can exhaust battery pack and remove a counter to charge another tech upgrade. So sure. Oh, actually no, you put it on another tech upgrade. I could also actually, before I flip up, because that aggression card, I had to be in hero form, right? Yes, I had to be in hero form. So let me just see if I want, actually, there's a more clever order to do this. This would let me draw 2 cards. Yeah, okay, so I'm doing this, again, first time using the deck. More efficient, because this doesn't change what I did with my attack just now. If I was in this form, played this, using I've Got a Plan, immediately use Tinkering to get rid of it, I draw 2 cards and maybe get something useful. Chase them down. Not so much, but still. That might be good for the next turn. It might be good for the next turn. So then I went to hero form, did what I did, and that means I did do excess damage to an enemy, and I get to draw another card with his Murdered You ability. Oh! Well. You have to hit a minion though, so there has to be a drone out. So when Ultron initiates an attack against me in a second, I let him get a drone out. Yeah, okay, that's a really good second turn just queued up. 1 threat on the main scheme. Ultron attacks me. I'm just going to take it to the face. He's hitting for 2 after Ultron. Oh, so it's after. Let's handle the attack first. It's 2. Oof, it's 4. And that was actually his obligation card where he's getting attacked by evil Bucky O'Hare. It's not actually Bucky O'Hare, but it looks like him to me. So we're right down to 5 health, so that's not great. That's definitely a weakness. After Ultron attacks you, choose either place 1 threat on the main scheme or put the top card of your deck into play as a drone. We're certainly doing that. And then encounter card. Repair sequence. When revealed, Ultron heals 2 damage for each drone. Okay, so he's healing 2. That puts him right back up to 10. But we're going to be doing another 5 to him, I think, or 4 at least, so that's not too bad. So we've kind of ended up with a perfect hand for what I need to do here against Ultron. We're going to use energy. Oh wait, no, I need to use aggression. Ah, there's the problem. I don't have an aggression card. So I can't do the excess damage to Ultron without an aggression card. Is there a way for me to get an aggression card? I just realised I only have 4 cards in hand. I forgot to draw up to my hand size, so please be an aggression card. Although I just realised technically that should be the drone because that card should be in my hand, so I am going to swap it. Didn't make any difference. So that doesn't help really. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, all my hand, none of it is aggression in an aggression deck. That's very frustrating. Well, I guess we'll do... It's such a waste to even do Into the Fray. No, I'll just attack. I'll attack for 1, kill the drone. It's another battery pack, probably the last one. And then I'll play Chase Them Down. After your hero attacks and defeats an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Just to zero that out. But the rest of it is attack a minion, and I need aggression cards. I'm going to flip down. And, oh, did I do excess damage to that minion? Nope, I did exactly enough, unfortunately. And that's my turn. So we're readying up, that was not great. And I didn't even get to heal that turn, but hey, that means Ultron's going to be scheming. 4 cards in hand, so I'm drawing 2. Please be an aggression card. What is follow through? When you deal excess damage, increase that amount. That would have been handy. Aggression card, please. Perfect, okay. We can do some work next turn. Ultron's turn. He's going to forward on to phase 2 almost certainly here, so that's 1 on there. He is scheming. He only makes a drone if he's attacking, unfortunately. Yep, so he's scheming for 1 plus 2. That's precisely enough to go to the next phase. So, it moves on to Assault on NORAD. When revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck in play as a drone, and then flip it. After placing threat here during step 1 of the villain phase, each player must choose to either put 2 threat here or put the top card of their deck into play as a face down drone. So there's more drones that are going to be coming out. And then encounter card. Android efficiency. When revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck into play face down, engaged with them as a drone. Things are getting out of hand. Now there's 2 of them. So the only tricky thing here is I'm going to have to heal, which puts us to 8 of our 9 health. Then I'm going to have to flip up because we are going to have to deal with this problem right here. Now the most efficient way of doing this. Relentless Assault pays for itself, so sure. So paying for it with double aggression, so it's 5 damage to a minion. It gains overkill. Do I want to put that upgrade in play? I don't think it's worth it for 1 extra damage, no. So that's 4 overkill excess damage, and it has to be dealt to the villain. You're not allowed to deal it to another minion. So I'll destroy this one first. It was Thruster Boots. He's got a lot of boot upgrades, and that's 4 damage to Ultron, putting him down to 6. I did excess damage to an enemy, so his Murder Dew kicks in. Oh, it's not even once per round either. So I draw a card. Finally, we get a weapon. Okay, Rocket's Pistol. Enters play with 3 counters on it, exhaust it, and remove a counter to deal 2 damage to an enemy. Finally! Good, okay. In that case, I'm going to use that follow through to pay to get Rocket's Pistol out. I do not like how his face looks on that card. And it starts with 3 counters on it, but we're probably about to use one. But there's your 3 counters. See, now the battery packs would have been handy. So, that can deal with the other drone. Do we do that? Or I could just hit Ultron, of course. Yeah, I kind of want to empty my hand. So, energy and chase them down, not cut them down. For Into the Fray, 6 damage to a minion for each point of excess damage, remove threat. There's no threat, but hey. I know that is extreme waste, but we did excess damage, so I'm drawing a card, and this was... Oh, this was just his rocket launcher, nothing fancy or anything. That would have been good. We're drawing a card, though. It's another follow through. I am just going to discard that. Yeah. Just going to discard that. And we're going to use 1 counter on here to hit Ultron for 2. Putting him down to 4. And that's my turn. And I'm worried about how much damage he's going to do to me. But I guess we'll see. We're drawing 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like we've seen a lot of the aggression cards and not a lot of rockets. He's got a second pistol. Another I've got a plan. The presumably final follow through. Bug. Okay, so it's a Guardians of the Galaxy ally but aggression. And the team up with Groot, which we'll just have to use as a wild card resource. Alright, so 1 threat on the main scheme. After placing threat here, you have to choose to place 2 more here, or put the top card of your deck in play as a drone. I will choose to have the drone, which does mean it's going to attack me, unfortunately. Speaking of which, Ultron's attacking, and it's after he attacks that we do the 1 threat on the main scheme or drone. So he's hitting for 2, plus 2, he's hitting for 4. Running back down, we've got 4 health remaining. We're also taking 1 more damage from the drone. We have 3 health remaining, and then we encounter a card. It's a big bad Ultron drone. Oh, and I have to choose for this. Now that I know that's... I shouldn't have known this was out. I'm going to put 1 more threat on the scheme there rather than take another drone, because he turns into a drone when he dies, and I can't hit Ultron while he's out either. We're definitely flipping down at the end of his turn, because otherwise we'll lose immediately. So let's get rid of the final follow through and Flora and Fauna to pay for Bug. He's only 2 health, 1/1 with 1 consequential damage, but after you make a basic attack he heals, so we might be able to make use of that. And I'll have him take care of the single drone here, just to get that out of the equation. And for the record, it was Schadenfreude. Okay, you do be like that. So that's him done for the turn. We will... I think the best bet here is to get out Rocket's other gun. I was considering I've got a plan, because if you make a thwart, you can then ready yourself with more thwart. But no, he's a gun animal. We shall put out another gun with 3 counters on it, like that. Now, what's the most efficient way of using these counters? They do 2 damage and his base attack is just 1. So he's probably just going to do a basic thwart. Actually, he really needs to recover though. So we'll use up a counter here, and one of these 2 counters, or 3 counters here. Tap both pistols, that's 4 damage in total. Ultron advanced drone goes away, but it turns into a normal drone right there. That was exact damage as well, so it wasn't excess damage, so Murder You does not proc, unfortunately. I could remove the 2 threat, but we need a double heal turn, unfortunately, so I'm going to flip down, recover for 3, take us to 6. And I could get rid of a tech upgrade I control to draw 2 cards, but I think that's more of a top of the next turn once I know what my hand is, so he would be tapped as well. So I'm ending my turn there. And it's going to be a big scheme turn for Ultron. We're drawing 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A hand cannon. 3 charges. It gives you +2 basic attack and overkill. There's booster. Reload. That's handy. Salvage. It counts as science and a wild card. After you spend this card, put a tech upgrade from your discard pile on top of your deck. Oh, that's a way to cycle your guns back. Cybernetic Skeleton, +3 hit points and +1 attack. That's really good. And more booster boots. How many feet does Rocket have? Alright, let's see how bad this gets. So, 1 threat on the main scheme. And then we have to choose whether or not a drone comes out or we get 2 more threat. I'm choosing a drone. So that's like that. Ultron is scheming for 1 plus nothing. So that's 1, but it's actually another 3 because both of them scheme for that. So it's 6 out of 10 now. That's kind of rough. And then encounter card. Attached to the Ultron drone's environment. So all the drones are +1/+1. You have to spend energy, science, and aggression. Or genius, I keep calling it science. And aggression to get rid of it. We must get rid of that. That is very dangerous. It messes with the order I wanted to do stuff, but we're immediately getting rid of that upgrade. So that's energy, that's genius, wild card, counting as aggression. And it's not used on tech upgrade, but after you spend this, put a tech upgrade from your discard pile on top of your deck. Tech upgrade. Let's put his rocket launcher on top of the deck and see if I can find a way to draw that by doing excess damage. So that's going to get rid of the upgraded drones because that would just be the end of me right there. I'm considering I want that rocket launcher. I can get it. I can force it because we're on this side. I've not done the recovery yet because I might not need to. I'm going to use tinkering to get rid of the rocket's pistol with only 1 use on it. Which means we get to draw 2 cards, so that's the rocket launcher. Exhaust rocket launcher, remove 1 charge counter from it, choose a player, deal 2 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with it. That's so good! Especially if you had the energy packs. And then the other card. Oh, it's a particle cannon. Exhaust particle cannon and remove 1 charge counter from it, deal 4 damage to the enemy and it has overkill and range, so I'm immune to retaliate. Okay, those are both super good, but they cost 3, which kind of sucks. It's going to be hard to get them out this turn. Let's see. I think I'm going to have to hold on to them till the next turn, unfortunately. Is there any way I can use Bug to get rid of a drone? They only have 1 health now. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of both rocket boosts, or booster boots, sorry, to pay for Rocket's cybernetic skeleton. So he's getting +3 hit points and +1 basic attack, so that puts him to what was his cap 9, but now it's 12, which means I don't need to do my recovery. I'm going to flip up, when we're also +1 attack now, so we're base of 2, and we'll kill a drone with his basic attack. Or wait, or should I do... we'll have Bug do it and unfortunately go away to kill one of the drones. Oh, it was Groot as well. He's got a lot of health. That was 1-on-1, so no excess damage. We'll use up 1 more use on this pistol to get rid of the other drone. That is excess damage because it's 2 damage against a 1 health enemy. It was a hand cannon, which means we get to draw a card because of his murdered you. Genius, that is important. I was going to get the rocket launcher out, but now I've just gone and dealt with all the drones. So, did I get the particle cannon out instead? He's only got 2 charge counters. We're going to get some... If I get Ultron to phase 2, he's going to spit out even more drones. I'm going to pay for the rocket launcher with Genius and that hand cannon. So, rocket launcher, just kind of put it over here because we're not using it for now. It's only got 2 counters, so I'm getting now that those energy packs were actually really important. Should have got them out and just held on to them. I've got particle cannon in hand. I'm going to hold on to it. We still haven't used... We used the pistol. We haven't used our basic attack, but I'm going to thwart for 2. Put that like that. And that's my turn. Yep, that is the turn. So readying everything. I've got 1 card in hand, so I'm drawing 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh dear. So that's what was there. We're getting an encounter card for that. And we're shuffling. And then drawing... Oops. Drawing one more. So he's got nothing defensive to help him in a base defensive one, so he is the polar opposite of Groot, who was just super tanky, like constantly. I was very impressed by how tanky he was. Okay. Draw one more. His booster boots. Alright, let's see how bad this gets. I'll put the encounter card over here because we know we're drawing it. So, one threat on the main scheme. Puts it from 4 to 5. We then have to choose whether we get a drone or 2 threat. I'm going to take a drone. Ultron is then attacking us for a base of 2. And I'm just taking it. It's 3 damage. So we're back down to 6. And then I have to choose 1 threat or a drone. I'm going to choose a drone because we're just going to blast them. That drone, however, also attacks us for 1. Forgot about that because it was already out, so we're at 5. And then we get 2 encounter cards. First one. Under attack, when revealed, each player chooses to either place 2 threat here or deal 3 damage to their hero. Well, unfortunately it's going to have 6 threat on it because I can't afford to take that damage. And the other one. Vibranium armor attached to the villain. After the villain takes damage, give it a tough card. You need 2 aggression to get rid of it. That's annoying as well. Not as annoying as that, but still rough. With my hand as it currently is, I can't do anything about the vibranium armor. I don't have any aggression in my deck at all, or rather in my hand. So, I'm going to use salvage and booster boots. So I'm going to get to put something from the discard pile on top. Unfortunately, we've shuffled our deck, so the discard pile is empty. But that is 3, and I'm paying for Into the Fray. Deal 6 damage to a minion for each point of excess damage dealt by this. It's going to be 5. Remove 1 threat from the main scheme. So I can't do it to that, but I can completely wipe out all the threat on there and kill. Well, there's another Into the Fray in the discard pile. So that was excess damage dealt, so I get to draw a card. Looking for Trouble. That's not a good card, in my opinion. What else can we do? Let's see. We can... If I hit Ultron, he's going to get a tough status card. It's not enough to get him to the next form either. I feel like I need to wait. Let's use up the... No, I think we'll just do a basic attack. It's +1, so it's 2 damage, which means we're dealing excess damage to kill this drone. I'm drawing a card from Murdered You. Relentless Assault. That's a good card to hold on to. Do I hold on to it though? Because I could get the particle cannon out. I just noticed it doesn't even have restricted on it. That's interesting. Because its class isn't... Oh, yeah. It has the whipping keyword, but not the... Oh no, it does have restricted. Never mind. Okay. I don't want to fire the particle cannon this turn, but it would be nice to get it out. Is there a smarter way to do this? Yes, there is. There is. So, I will flip down. I'm still tapped, unfortunately. I'm going to recycle a tech upgrade to draw 2 cards. I've got a plan, and... Oh, a battery pack. I see. Right, I'm going to pay hand cannon looking for trouble, and I've got a plan to get the particle cannon out. Can't do anything with it. Oh wait, those are aggression cards. I didn't realise when I drew that extra card. Hang on a minute. Never mind, I'm using those to get rid of the vibranium armor. I wasn't thinking that one through after I drew extra cards. But now I'm just going to have to hold on to everything I have. I want the battery pack. I would love to keep a Relentless Assault. I want to keep the particle cannon. I've got a plan is probably the most expendable of the bunch. So yeah, I've got a plan to pay for battery pack. So that's just gonna, we can shift counters from it to weapons to keep them charged. And it starts with 2, which is pretty good. I've got particle cannon and relentless assault in my hand. I want to keep those. We're drawing 4. There's the other battery pack. Chase them down. Strength card, excellent, because I want to use relentless assault next turn. Oh, you're spoiling me with these relentless assaults. So, end of turn. I couldn't recover, unfortunately. And with that, 1 on the main scheme. Oh, actually, I just realised, doesn't that symbol mean I could only take threat off of that? But what if I play a card that says you can only take threat off the main scheme? I guess it's not me doing a thwart, so that still would have been fine, because how else would it have worked? And we'll take a drone off of that happening. Ultron is scheming for 1+2, so that's 3. And then plus another 1 actually, because of the drone. And he didn't attack me, so that doesn't spawn a drone. And that's it, encounter card. Repair sequence. Ultron heals 2 damage for each drone, so he's healing back up to 6 health. But next turn I think we're getting him down to phase 2. Alright, let there be carnage. I'm going to have to recover, so we go from 5 to 6, 7, 8. Then we're flipping up, because we're doing a bunch of stuff. Not as him, but with all his gear. So, we are going to use the rocket launcher, and we're also going to use the battery pack to immediately put that counter back on there. So it's at full ammo. So, choose a player, deal 2 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with that player. That means excess damage done to the drone, which was Rocket's thruster boots. We're never going to get to see what those do. But I get to draw a card off the back of it. Follow through. Would have loved it to be aggression aspect, or, you know, resource. Ultron takes 2, so he's back down to 4. And then, I've got a whole hand of things I could do. But I need more drones out, ideally. Which means I need to hold on to my overkill cards. Oh yeah, for defeating that drone also, just since it's free. After your hero attacks and defeats an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Unfortunately it has to be this one, so that goes to 3. It's got 4 left on it. And then we're going to hold on to that. I'm going to use follow through to pay for the other battery pack. So it's coming out with 2 counters on it. 1, 2. There we go. I know it's slightly out of sight, but you know it's down there. I want to keep everything else that's in my hand, I think. Yep, which means we're not getting him this turn. We're getting him close. And the threat's going to get a little high, but he's attacking us this turn, so I guess that's okay. Alright, that's my turn. Ready everything up. So 1 threat on the main scheme. And then we have to choose, and I'm choosing drone, obviously, because otherwise it's going to cap out. Ultron's attacking us, I'm just taking the hit. It's 2+. Choose to either spend an energy resource or put the top card of your deck into play as a drone. I'll take the drone. So he's hitting for 2, but it's actually 4. So we're down to 4. And then encounter card. The villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you. Oh, we've just lost. Oh no. I don't think even if I defend there's any way, because we're getting a guaranteed 2 damage here and 2 damage from him, which I've reduced down to 1, so if he gets any form of boost here we lose because of that card. He actually didn't. It's just 1. But he did attack us twice, so there's 2 more drones out now. Actually no, because then that would have meant we died, so I'm going to have to put 1 threat here for that first time he attacked us, and then that second time he just attacked us. I'll do that. We lived on 1 health. I hope I did that right. Because he didn't get a boost from that card, so it was just his base of 2. If he was in phase 2, nah, it still would have been the same. Okay. And that's up to 7 of the 10 it needs. Ugh. I'm finding Rocket's deck more complicated for some reason. I also totally forgot to draw back up to 5 cards at the end of my turn. I have a hand of 4. Would not have changed what happened there at all. He has no defensive cards whatsoever. But this should be in my hand, so it's not going to be super useful. We definitely need to flip down after this turn. I defended, so I can't do a basic attack. But what I can do is fire a rocket launcher. So I'm doing that. And that's 2 damage to everything, and it's excess damage 3 times. So these 3 drones are giving me 3 card draw. I'm milling my own deck, but hopefully it'll be useful. Because again, it's not once per turn. So, not great cards. I've got a plan, it's fine. If I could thwart, which I can't, I will then... I'll use 1 counter from the battery pack that hasn't been used yet. So I've still got both battery packs with 1 counter on it, because I might want to recycle one of them to draw into more cards. Alright, this is getting a little out of hand. What can we do? I've gone and killed the only drone again, so that means I can't use my relentless assaults. I keep doing that. We're going to pay for a flora and fauna and both follow-throughs. They put the particle cannon into play. So particle cannon, it starts with two counters on it. You exhaust this and take a counter to deal 4 damage. It has overkill and range, so no counters. I'm just going to put 1 on it because we're immediately using it to blast Ultron to phase 2. In phase 2, he has 22 health. That's a lot of health. When he attacks you, put the top card of deck into play as a drone, and he gets +1 attack. So he's now even scarier when he's attacking me, which is really bad news for Rocket, unfortunately. We can't do a basic thwart, so I can't do anything about the... Nope, can't do anything at all about that. So we will flip down. I'm going to recycle one of the battery packs. It's got the tech keyword to draw 2. There's salvage and reload. Well, let's see. Oh, I can fandangle the particle cannon back into my hand, actually. So if I get rid of I've got a plan to use reload, I re-ready the particle cannon, which only has 1 counter on it. Oh, but I'm not in hero form. No, there's no point. I forgot. I flipped down, so I can't. So give me those cards back. Can't use it. Yeah, it's a hero action. Well, I mean, I can next turn. So 2, 4, 6. It means I've got a full hand. So yeah, I'm just ending my turn there. Ready up. Couldn't even recover though, so it will be very dangerous if I flip up next turn. 1 on the main scheme. I've already forgotten. 2 threat here or put the top drone. That is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll take the drone. And then Ultron is scheming for a base of 2 +1. It's definitely capping out. Deal 1 damage to each character you control. So, oh, that just killed me. Because it doesn't say you have to be a hero. That's rough. Deal 1 damage to each character you control. I don't think we're going to beat him with the extra damage on that form anyway, sadly. So, it wouldn't have been a fail with that capped out. There's 1 more phase, but that's just 1 true damage. It wasn't even from his cards either, it's from under attack. Yep, that's going to cost us. Oh well. So some final thoughts after using Rocket kind of blind. I don't really like his deck. I feel like the aggression cards, only Relentless Assault, is really, really good. The rest are just not that great and would definitely be something I'd swap out if I was customizing. As far as like his specific cards go, he obviously struggles a little bit with thwart because the cards that he has, that, like I've got a plan, they rely on him being in hero form, doing a thwart. You pay for I've got a plan, he readies himself again and gives him +1, so you're getting 5 threat, but you have to use his action to do it. He's only got 1 defense and he has no defensive cards whatsoever and only 9 health, which you can boost to 12 if you get this out, obviously. But he just has nothing to protect himself with. None of his weapons are defensive. He's all about doing raw damage, but as soon as you have to flip down, Ultron was really good into him because he just keeps pouring out those drones in high attack. So yeah, definitely preferred the Groot deck, Rocket's deck. I don't like most of the aggression cards. It's just, I don't think that's my particular, that aspect is not for me. But yeah, his deck didn't seem super great. So I think we'll be moving forwards with Groot. And we'll see how he does in the Galaxy's Most Wanted at some point in the future. That is going to do it for this time though. I sincerely hope you enjoyed watching. Please do remember to show your support, any support at all, even if it's just liking, commenting. It can be free support, or if you can spare it, become a channel member, check out the channel sponsor. All that helps keep the lights on. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall see you next time. Ta for now.